be true that everybody's through with the Meghan Markle debut book? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London today. Hope you're keeping well. Nice to see you today. That particular book, as we know, caused quite a bit of a riot when it was released last year. As I've often said on the show, I truly never understood the background to the book. I mean, when you look at other royal books, you know, like say the Duchess of York, Fergie as she is affectionately known, she spelled out exactly what Heart of a Compass was about. Partly historical, part fiction, romantic novel. Actually a really nice book, a good holiday read, Nothing too taxing, but nonetheless. I think part of the problem with Penguin Random House, when they decided to sign up for a very lucrative deal, the Duchess of Sussex, as she likes to be known on the book, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex no less, I don't really think they'd actually discussed exactly what the plot or the idea was going to be. And if you haven't had an opportunity to look at the bench, now stop it, but if you haven't had an opportunity, the bench is all about, well, I'm struggling to find the words myself now. It's kind of messages, And I suppose the bigger one was about a guy that looked very similar to Prince Harry returning home to sit with his son on the bench. It's about quiet moments of reflection. If you want to be kind, that's possibly the best way to describe the bench. But it does appear that while Meghan came out of it with a flurry of PR and publicity and even a video to try and sell it online, it hasn't been a great success. But what about Penguin Random House? Are they still keen to promote it? We got in touch with them to suggest that we wouldn't mind a signed copy or two of the book and what were the possibilities. Now, with all big publishing houses, they take forever to get back, if ever at all. And Penguin Random House are no different, I couldn't actually find out who was actually in charge of promotion for the book. Even the head of promotions never bothered to get back, so one can imagine the disinterest that other people would have. And I would often say this, not just to Meghan and Harry, but do think about this when you sign with a huge publisher. Half the time they send the book out and don't follow it up, and the other half of the time you can never find out who's actually in charge of help promoting your book. So while it may have not been successful for her, possibly not all her fault when you think about it. But when I finally tracked someone down and said, what's the possibilities? They didn't think, quote, this would be available. And I said, well, what if I wanted quite a lot of books, just signed and, no, she didn't think so, but she'd try and get someone to call me back and all of that sort of stuff. Nobody ever called me back. I followed it up. Nobody ever got in touch. So it looks like, and we always have to say this, allegedly, even Penguin Random House now have decided to put the bench on the bench. Now, I'm sure if Meghan watches this, and perhaps someone in her team does, she may want to reactivate the people behind who's helping sell that book that allegedly means so much to her. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.